So, guys, the first come, first serve application models for Canadian PR are always horrible. And we got reminded of that horror show once again when on June 11th, Alberta opened its doors for the Alberta PNP applications. I was personally reminded of the same, horror that we went through Ontario PNP applications back in the day when Ontario also used to be the first come, first serve model. Guys, we all agree that this is not a good way of application, but here we are in 2024 middle of the year when Alberta unleashed their program, and we are here discussing the details of what went wrong and how these first come first serve models have not been one of the public favorites. Guys, if you are interested in moving to Canada, then you should be watching this video up until the end. My name is Sahil, and I'll see you on the other side. So, guys, welcome back once again. My name is Sahil, and I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, and I practice here in Ontario. My office is here. If you have to get in touch with me, my number is on the screen, and the details are there in the description box. More than happy to speak with you. Before we proceed any further, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon because we talk a lot about Canadian immigration. And if you are an aspirant of moving to Canada, then this is a channel that you must be subscribed to all the time. So, guys, we are discussing today the absolute terror that is unleashed by any first come first serve application model, be it the present ongoing Alberta PNP model, or be it the past of Ontario PNP applications. Guys, first let me explain what how it works, and then we'll move on to the next part. So basically, the first come first serve model, as the name suggests, means that a particular portal will open on a specified timeline, a specified date and time, and everybody who's interested in making an application to that particular province will be submitting the application, all of them at the same time. Now, we all know these are government systems, government servers. They may not be ready at all times to cater to the demand whenever it happens. The next thing that can be further horrible to people would be that these applications could ask you to fill out the entire application on that very day. In the past, we have had multiple first come first serves. For example, the Ontario back in the year 2021, when they moved away from the first come first serve, was a very was a big relief. But all those years, Ontario had people lining up for making Ontario applications. We used to see immigration offices, lawyer offices filled with applications, people going crazy, sitting, playing fastest finger first on that very day. It was not a good sight. Then during the time we had tier to PR, where a lot of people had to make applications. The good thing around tier to PR was that there were the timeline was very good. Then came H1B, for Canada, so people who were in US on H1B could make work permit applications for Canada. Again, that was one of the worst days that I have seen ever, because tons of people across US, like people in hundred thousands, were making applications. Again, not a good sight. And yet again, after looking at the pain that people go through, Alberta somehow decided to go through that mode of application once again. The easier path could have been that they could have just introduced a point based system where people would get certain points. Well, Alberta has always been, just submit an application, we'll accept all applications during the year, and we will go ahead and accept them based on delays and application streams. If they had to move away from that random application system, they could have gone for a point based system, because point based system is being utilized by Ontario, BC, Manitoba, Prince Edward Island, Saskatchewan. Why couldn't Alberta just move to that? Like, that could have been a easier set pattern. I know that could have taken a bit more time to develop, but they could have just utilized that. But instead, they chose to go ahead with a first come first serve model, which is agonizing because people leave their work days and get into the stream of applications, right? It's a one full day. I remember day before yesterday, the highest number that I saw was approximately 16,000 and some change, the number of people who were waiting. And let me quickly show you what happened um, Okay, so this is the quotas and this is the application dates that happened with Alberta, yesterday and day before. Out of the 16,000 and some people, only 430 applications were accepted in AOS. Can you imagine, like, the number that would be? I mean, in some change percentage, right? Express entry, only 30 people. Like, what do I even say about it? Rural renewal, 145 only. Tourism and hospitality, 130 people only, like nothing else. So total people accepted were 735 only out of the 16,000 some people, and 16,000 is what people shared across the internet, social media. I'm sure the number would be much greater than that. So out of, it's not even 10%. So it's the number is way lower than that. So this is not a good site. The other thing that was not pleasant was Alberta did not share when would they open the doors, what link people could use, and where to go, what kind of an application procedure would they follow. It was not declared on their main website. So this is the main website and there were no details. So um, but they did sneakily put it on their Twitter channel. So if you look at 10th June, um, this is the timing is not available, but 10th June, they put it on their Twitter channel, which again is not an official mode of communication, as they always say, because they should ideally be posting updates on their own, on their own websites. But they said that the doors would open at 8:15, and if you look at right after 8:15, the first tweet says, Alberta is experiencing significant technical difficulties. We will be back. Now, the next tweet that comes up is that it's still not fixed, and we will be opening doors again on June 12th at 10:30 a.m. to make sure that people who have half baked applications will be able to continue. Okay, so uh, this is not a pleasant sight, but people wanted to use this, so they did, right? If you look at today, they're saying, this is about yesterday evening, yesterday morning only. They said that the tourism and hospitality stream and the opportunity stream targets have been met, and please visit the page for updates. If you go on this page again, this is the same page that I showed you previously. um, the number was only 700 and some change applications, right? So this is not a good um, site to be in. Guys, I remember when Ontario used to be using this particular stream, like this particular method of applications for OINP, especially for international graduates. Like the lineups would be huge, and back then I was also fairly midway into the practice, and I could see people in pain. Like students were literally thinking what would happen to us, and this is true. Like with these applications, with these models, people cannot predict what will happen to their applications. When will they be picked up? Will they be even will they be even able to retain their status in Alberta? Because people have expiring work permits, people have expiring statuses. Should they be staying? Because if somebody knows that after working for 1 year the person would be getting these many points, then the person can pre-plan, okay, whether I should be living in this province or whether I should be moving away, right? So that's a good way to go about it. When there is a lot of uncertainty, that means anxiety will be there, and that means people will be suffering, which is not good. So my message here is that um, it is not a good application procedure. I hope Alberta moves over to a point based system because that is more predictive. The only element of doubt there would be that NOC codes might get implemented. So, yes, that kind of an anxiety is acceptable, but whether I will be accepted overall or not, I don't really appreciate that, right? So, well, that's just my opinion. I hope people out there are listening and are able to do some positive considerations on the applications. Guys, once again, uh, thanks for joining in. I hope you got much insights into what's happening into the world of Canadian immigration, and this was just a rant that I had to take out because we were one of those people who were waiting in line. Like that wait didn't just end. So took us 2 days to get out of it, and now we are here. Guys, if you have anything to discuss with us, please feel free to schedule a consultation and we would be more than happy to speak with you. Our details are there. We would be happy to engage in a one on one session with you. Once again, we wish you all the best and we really hope to see you soon in Canada. All the best.